So there's some things that I need to get done now that I'm back living on the Navajo Nation. I just moved back in with my mom. Still gotta unpack. I honestly threw everything in the back of a U-Haul and was like, let's get the fuck out of here. So I still got a lot of stuff. I'm like, I don't know where my shirts are. I don't remember where I put them. There's some things I'm like, why do I have this bowl? Why did I bring this? This isn't even mine. This was belonged to the house. I don't know why. So I need to get registered to vote in Arizona. So I need to change my registration for my car and change my registry and then get my driver's license registered here in Arizona. So that's gonna be fun. So I need to get change my driver's license and then change my address to be a resident of Arizona, because I am a resident of Arizona now. I'm no longer live in Colorado. What else do I need to do? This is pretty exciting news. I'm gonna announce it here. I just hired somebody to design some art for my merch. I'm really excited. I'm just so excited. I'm not gonna tell you who this. And I wanted to reveal, but I definitely have somebody. I'm so excited. They said yes. They said yes to working with me, and I'm just like, thank you for trusting. You know what I mean? I trust you with your art, and I thank you for being a part of what Navabro is going to be, because this is going to be something huge. I have really big goals for Navabro. I want to learn my language. I want to show people that indigenous people, even though we've gone through colonization and the whole boarding schools and every, enemy, let's just say that, every enemy that's just wanted to destroy us, whether it was the U.S. government, whether it was, the superintendent of the school districts of the United States, whether it's all those people who want to destroy who we are, I'm going to be that person who's hey, you know what I mean? Whether it takes, 5-10 years, I'm going to be fluent in our language, my language, and I want to be able to express that. But not only that, I think if people just watch me learn my own language and watch me see how I do it, I feel that's going to resonate with people. I'm really excited. That's what I want Navabro to be. He's a man of the future. Navabro. I'm Isaac. Everybody knows this. I don't know if everybody knows this, but Navabro, is this idea, this concept that I came up with, where I just wanted to see Native Americans in the future, Native Americans as present. Because every time we talk about ourselves, it's always in the past. It's always about some victimization of something that happened to us, and there's never positivity out there, and it does get to me, and it feels like there's just not enough of it, and I want to just be at least that person who gives my perspective of the way we are now, and just how proud I am. I'm proud to be a Native American. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of my friends, everybody I grew up with. There's so many things I'm just yeah. And the thing is, we're less than 2% of the population, so my pride is booming, and I'm really excited to be a part and show everybody what we can do. And I'm saying we. There's Navajo memers out there who I want to work with, who are just so fucking hilarious. I think we collaborate. We can create with some really funny skits. I'm really trying not to cuss, so I might have to edit this again. I might have to edit this to take some of these cusses out, so I can build a platform and actually generate income from YouTube and TikTok videos and all these other kind of avenues where people are generating income. And I want to show people that I'm able to do that, and I'm able to be that influence for people and that person who's leading the charge on the new digital space that we're in, existing as 21st century Native Americans. We're not dead yet, we're still here, but we have a really good voice, and we're really powerful people. There are some really powerful Native Americans on Native TikTok right now that I'm just I love you guys. I probably talk about Native TikTok all day, and it is a fear of mine. It's a legitimate fear to know that it could disappear and have these this platform and this avenue for people to see all these other cultures could just disappear. And it's unfair for me and other Native TikTokers who are really kind of excited to show our culture. But not only that, but it's really cool when we get to talk to these young Native kids who've never seen themselves on TV, because I was that kid. I was that kid who never got to see himself on TV, in commercials, like in like books, and like, you know what I mean? Even when you read yourself in your comic books, you read yourself about yourself in like inking in the cupboard, you know, stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not real. It's like very fictionalized and fake, and it makes you just feel less like you're not seen. And I never liked it. I never did. I'm really excited to like try to at least be involved in my community that I'm here right now. It's a really small community, and I feel like I can be involved as much as I can. I'm really excited to showcase like art. You know, Native American art is just really cool, but modern Native American art, you know, like when Native Americans talk about pop culture and like all these really cool things, I'm just like, yes, we exist in this world, because we can do both. We can do both. We can. That's what is so amazing about indigenous knowledge, is it transcends generations. And that's what's beautiful about like the Navajo culture, is when you're born Navajo, you're born a grandpa, you're born an uncle, you're born, you know, somebody's grandson, somebody's like, you're already in that, because you have that clan system. Like my clans are and it's just like all there, and I know like who's related to me, who's not, and everything like that. And it's so beautiful. Like it's just, that's what it is, and people don't grasp how like layered it is. And again, I always say it's been here since the beginning of time. As much as anthropologists want to, you know, dissect me and tell me I'm wrong, or, you know, colonial people, you know, the settlers, the settlers really want to like tell you how wrong I am, you know, because they're like, my grandparents, my grandchildren need this land. If my grandchildren don't inherit this land that we conquered, I'm gonna kill you. That's what it's like. All these settlers are really mad that we're coming back. You know, we're taking what was taken from us, you know, identity, and like really like ourselves, and just kind of being like, no, like what was built for you wasn't built for me. You know, like that's what people are not grasping. And I know a lot of my, you know, settler friends, they're definitely, you know, they really have a hard time, you know, like they're really having a hard time. I can tell right now. And I'm like, you know what I mean? It's hard to like be the brown person explaining this to them, and saying, when they're trying to explain systematic racism to me, or when they're trying to explain like white privilege to me, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? You are explaining this to me. And I'm like, I don't want this explained to me from you. Like, I like having these conversations with other brown people. I like having these conversations with, you know, black people. I definitely have like, you know what I mean? These conversations are real conversations that I have. And I get to choose my energy on where I spend it and everything like that. And it's really difficult for people to understand that concept of like, yeah, like I understand white supremacy definitely. And I understand like how the systematic racism was built to, you know, keep me down. And that's from my language. I just told a bunch of people, you listening, that I don't know how to speak my language. And that was because my grandparents, you know, didn't want us to be treated like how they were treated. And so, you know, they taught my parents how to, or not my parents, but yeah, they taught us how to speak English as our first language. And, you know, although I'm very traditional Navajo, I mean, I don't know if you can hear those res dogs. I'm very res. But like, it's fucking like, I cussed again. Edit. But it's real, man. This is all real. I'm a real person. And I'm really excited to get people excited to go vote. You know, like I was looking into working in a poll station. Like I'm excited, and there's, you know, I gotta go get registered to vote and everything like that. But I'm glad you're here with me, and I'm just gonna keep rolling, figuring this out. We'll see what happens, but you know, yeah. Thank you for believing in me.